God.
owns this person.
What the fuck?
Wow.
It's it's pretty good.
Well, as long as everyone's happy, I guess it's like whatever,
Yeah,
God,
and like the episode 2 or 3, I don't know. There's like this flash forward, right? So you see him in like the future when he actually has a full harem.
Oh God. Nice.
Like it shows all the girls,
Oh man.
and they're all just like, it's funny.
Fucking anime, man.
Anime is crazy, but don't let's not lie to ourselves and say that like I wouldn't watch like the first 5 episodes. Like I wouldn't not watch that.
I mean,
would
at least
definitely
get to
watch
the
it.
first 3. Gotta
Yeah.
say there is payoff.
Oh, great.
It's
Yeah.
just-
I'm down.
That's why I'm here.
Yep.
God. All right. Well, with that, I think.
That's where you want to intro us? Oh God.
Yeah. And with
Good
that
stuff.
bombshell, we'll intro everyone to welcome to Almost a Podcast. This is your host Mike, and I'm joined with my 2 lads, Colton and Sean.
Hello.
That's me.
Yeah. Speaking of the economy,
It's been a while, dude, since we
think it's
actually
been-
recorded an episode. It's been a couple
2
weeks.
has it been 2
Yeah.
weeks since we
It's
recorded?
pretty long for us.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That is really, really long. Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
the reason behind that was last week I was overseas. I was in Prague.
Oh yeah, dude, tell us.
Yeah. Traveling
Yeah.
man.
Okay, first I gotta tell you the Austin
Traveling
thing. Sean will
to
really
Prague.
appreciate this. I've been holding on to this story. So, one, right now travel is a bitch. It took me 2 days to get to Prague.
Oh,
Why?
geez,
Was
really?
that intentional or like
No,
did that happen?
It was originally supposed to be like
Oh,
less than a
man.
day, like 18
Wow.
hours, and it took me
All right, what happened?
full like 2 days. So,
Jesus.
basically one flight got delayed, and then the other flight that was going out did not get delayed. So I missed that one by like 5 minutes. Literally got to the gate. And they
Oh
were
my
closing the
gosh.
doors.
Oh man,
sucks.
that sucks.
Yep. So I had to wait
Jeez.
at the airport for like a full 24 hours. Yeah. Basically.
Wow,
For the
I've never
next
had that
flight.
experience.
Well,
Kind of wanted to, but I imagine it's still
no,
sucks.
it's
No,
terrible.
I don't think we
Here's the
want
problem
to.
why I had to wait a full 24 hours though is there was literally a strike at the airport I was flying to. I was flying into
That's not as fun.
yeah, I was flying into Germany, and all of the German major airports were on strike
Striking.
that day. And so
Jesus.
it's like, well, great. So then finally
Come on, guys.
get my flight over there, and then have to race from my one flight to the other flight because that flight was delayed.
Mhm.
So I'm running through the Frankfurt airport, which if anyone's been there, have you guys ever been to
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt airport?
I haven't.
Not
no.
that one. No.
It's a lot. So it's the largest airport in Europe, I believe.
Okay.
Wow, really?
I had to run about 3/4 of a mile to
Yeah.
a full mile just because it's like these multiple levels, and each
There's
end.
no like tram system or
Nope, it's all walking.
Wow.
Well,
Come on,
running
Europe.
in this case. But I had 30 minutes to get to my next flight. So
my
it was
gosh.
me
Yeah.
and another guy who was like 2 seats ahead of me on the flight from the US into Frankfurt.
you didn't know him. It was just like you gotta get to
just
that flight.
some random dude, right? And we're like,
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, man, we
you
can
have
make
to get
it.
the Prague flight. I got to do the Prague flight too,
Let's
man.
go.
We got
Yeah.
this. So we said like,
Start
we gotta book it, right?
form a
And
diamond,
he's
start
like
shoulder
this
checking
older
everyone.
guy. He's like a 65 probably.
Oh, okay.
Long hair. From like out west. Pretty chill.
sure.
Yeah.
But, so we're like, all right, we got this, man. And so we just book it off the flight. And we're running, right? He's keeping up pretty great. I mean, I think he's a mountain guy, so he's got the
Got the stamina.
yeah, he's got the stamina. He's got
Yeah,
he can run pretty well. So we're just running all the way to our gate. Gate had changed like 3 times. Fortunately, we looked at each of our passes because we noticed that there are different gates on there. Like, what? And so we checked again, and the gate had changed from both of those. So we're like running back and forth between gates, trying to find the original gate. It's like down this random hallway thing. But after like probably 20 minutes of running, just right as that flight's about to like start leaving. We get to the gate, and turns out that flight's
Calling your
delayed
name.
because so many people were delayed.
Oh, okay.
So
that's not
fortunately,
bad.
fortunately they did delay the flight a bit. But
Wow.
when we stopped in line, we're like, catching our breath, and we started talking, right? And this guy, turns out we work on the same field. So he's like he's retired now, but he was an old systems administrator.
That's funny.
But this guy, we're talking, right? He's like, start off like on punch cards, right? If anyone's familiar with those, anyone, old.
Dude, I used punch cards like 3 years ago. Like actual
What?
punch cards.
Punch
Yeah.
cards
What?
for like billing hours, like
Yeah.
you're punching
Yeah.
punch
No,
out
it
of
was
work.
hourly.
No, not punch cards like that. I'm talking about the punch cards for coding.
Oh God!
For like
Oh
programming.
dear!
So this is like
That's
yeah.
archaic.
I mean, this
That's
guy's
to go like even further beyond.
Yeah.
the-
so he started off on that, right? And so we're just talking like how everything's changed, and he's telling me like kind of his story, right? And as sysadmin, he eventually started work, like basically his claim to fame is he worked on the freaking Mars rovers. So
wow.
he worked for NASA, and
That's still pretty recent though.
yeah. So he worked on was it Curiosity and stuff like that, and programming and administrating those. And it's like, what?
Wow.
Yeah,
it's
so
pretty wild.
it was really cool.
That's a
to hearing
crazy
some of those stories.
coincidence.
That's cool.
Yeah, and just met him on a random flight, right? I love those
Yeah.
little chance meetups.
It's kind of cool. Flights give you the opportunity to meet some really interesting people. And I used to not be a big talker on flights. Definitely not since the most recent years, but I have started expanding. And yeah, there's like so many interesting people you can sit next to. It's crazy.
Dude, I don't talk to anybody on flights. Like,
Yeah.
I put in headphones, read a book, or sleep. It's like there's no like, don't talk to me.
That's funny. I'm the opposite. I'm like I'm chatting with Kathy on everyone on the flights. Like basically every single flight, I like meet someone, talk with someone. It's always fun.
You'd be the person I would hate to sit next to.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've only did that when before college. Like when I flew overseas, I was talking to people on the flights. But like before that, after that, like nah.
You're like, nah, my time is done.
You're done
I'm an
talking
old
to
bitter
people.
man now.
It's fair.
But really, I just value like listen. This is my time to read my book.
Yeah, it's
all
like
right.
you're-
I have a plan. I don't want to be interrupted.
I feel that.
Yeah. Yep. That's respectable.
But yeah, that was my story for.
Well, then you
flying.
got to Prague eventually, and how was that? I mean, like
Yeah.
this is my first time going, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
a very
I
beautiful
love
city.
It is a beautiful city, and I love how like it's not a huge city. It's 1.3 million, which is still quite a bit, but it's not like huge. It's fairly walkable. Yet at the same time, it's like as much of a labyrinth, where it feels like you can walk in forever and like explore forever. So I love
That's
that kind
awesome.
of dichotomy there.
It's a good old timey road
Yeah.
situation. There's no grids. It's all cobblestone. Things are built there. and
Yeah,
just have been
I'd
there.
hate to have a longboard over there.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Jeez.
It's not happening. I don't
Yeah.
think.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. The metro system's awesome, dude. It's like $150
Really?
a year, or
Wow. That's really good.
for everything, unlimited.
Jeez.
It's just $150
I
a
remember
year.
there was like 3 lines when I was there last.
Correct.
That-
Yeah,
I imagine
A, B,
there's
and
more,
C.
or- Yeah.
And I mean, it's fairly straightforward. And then you take the
don't think I've
trams.
ever
You
used
can
it.
take trains all inside of Prague and everything
Wow.
right there.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And it's all like,
you
and
go-
if you just do like the short passes, they're like, oh, you have 30 minutes or 60 minutes, 90-minute passes, which are fairly
Did you go up to
inexpensive.
Did you go up to the castle?
I did not go to Prague Castle. We didn't really have too much time. So I was there for a wedding, my uncle, and so we were pretty much on like the clock. Like I had very little
Especially
time
after
to explore.
missing 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I did get to explore a bit. Charles Bridge, all that stuff, and I mean, it was still an awesome city. I love some of the food, and it's just gorgeous.
Food's
Yeah,
really good. And
People
there's
are
like I don't know
cool.
if you went
Yeah.
to any of the little like patisseries or anything. That's technically French, but like a little
Pastry shops.
pastry shops. Like
Yeah,
there,
they're
I went to one or two
everywhere.
there. They're pretty prominent there, and they're all super good, super cheap.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
one on the corner of where I stayed, and we just would wander down there and pick up some goodies and such.
Yeah, like in the morning I'd wake up and like, cause I was in Prague for I think 3 nights, So I'd wake up and then go down to the little, little shop, get the thing, keep wandering, buy something. Like, it's really good, like, just wandering around on Foot City.
Yeah.
And it's pretty.
Big fan.
And I just like the vibe too.
But they have different money.
Kronar,
right? Yeah.
Kronar.
Yeah, they have different money. They're not a part of the union, right? So they don't.
Well, they
have
are part of the
euros.
EU, but they're not part of the EU. They're part of the EU, but they don't use the euro. There's a lot of weirdness. Yeah, just
I remember that being weird when I went there because I was like, oh shoot, I
but
gotta remember
there's
new
a reason
money
because
now.
it makes everything
New
fairly
money.
inexpensive. Like
Yeah, it actually
it's
is
about 25%
it's cheap.
cheaper
Oh,
here
wow.
than here. So
That's cool. Okay.
fairly inexpensive.
You're like, I'll buy all the pastries. Let's
Give
give
it
it
all.
Yeah.
Give it to me all. So like,
Give it to me.
I mean,
what's your
housing
wine?
is still
I'll
pretty
take it.
expensive, obviously in like the downtown area, from what I've heard. I talk to people and stuff like that. But yeah, I just like the vibe. I like Czech vibe, and it was great meeting like the Czech family, which now I'm a part of.
Oh man, I would
So-
love to meet like some local. Yeah,
was
getting some
super
exposure
cool.
to locals.
Yeah,
sick.
It was really cool.
Super cool.
I think the coolest is a friend of my uncle's, also American, has American Czech kids, and we hung out with them. They're around our age, so
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun just hanging out with them, and they really taught me the city and showed me around.
Nice.
And, yeah.
That's gonna be a great experience.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
especially
and,
like
and the
having
Czech
a local.
wedding was awesome too. I gotta say, it went from like 11 a.m. I think when like the start of the ceremony, like 10:30, 11 till
Yeah.
midnight.
Wow, just
Wow.
a long wedding.
Yep.
a long
And
party.
everyone
Just
drinking.
go get
I mean, I had
crazy
a
towards
lot
the
of
end.
beer. I had a lot of bear that night.
Yeah.
And good
You
wine
sent
too.
me a
just
picture
everyone-
of like this hall that it looked like something out of like Whitefell or something. Like
Whitefell?
this what's the thing in Game of Thrones? Like the
Winterfell.
Stark split. Winterfell. Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of looked like that a bit.
Yeah, it was in an old
It's
church.
just like hall, and there was this clock at the very top, like on the ceiling for some reason.
yeah,
I was
Really?
like, what?
Huh.
What's going on with that? Like, I have no
it was
idea.
cool. It was in an abbey. I don't know how to describe. Yeah, I guess a church and
An
abbey.
abbey, yeah.
But it was really nice.
Nice.
You see the clock tower, the astronomical.
Oh
clock
yeah,
tower?
yeah.
That was super cool. It's like the oldest mechanical astrological clock in the world, I think.
Wow.
Like still functioning.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't remember
It's,
any of these things when I went there when I was like 10. These are all like awesome things.
Well, I wouldn't expect you. I mean, you're 10.
Yeah.
You're not thinking of that. You're thinking of like,
I'm like, where's the food?
there's this cool chocolate thing over there. Let's go.
Yeah, give me the gelato. We're not in Italy.
Did you have
son.
the chocolate roll thing? Like they did this bread in a circle, but there's a hole in the center, and then that was coated with chocolate.
Whoa.
And like it was
I'm
coated
not
with sugar,
Sure.
I think.
I mean, is it like a kolache?
No, it's like this. It's a hollow snack. It's like a imagine a toilet paper roll, okay?
Nah.
Like just the
I don't think I did
a
have one of
cardboard
those.
thing, but it's bread, and then in the inside is like chocolate, but like not solid. It's just coated.
No.
Oh.
We didn't have too much.
I think it's like a Czech thing.
Yeah. I don't know. We did have a lot of kolaches though, and a lot of
Oh,
a lot of snacks, a lot of food.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking
And you knew what
delicious.
they were now because I think we took you to one
Yeah.
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
when you were in California.
Well, they're,
Yeah.
they're different, right? The Czech kolaches, like I had a lot of the I really like the poppy seed ones.
Oh, they just bread?
And,
The kolaches?
no, they're like a pastry, but then they put poppy seed in them, and those are probably
Oh,
my
they
favorite.
just... Okay, gotcha.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know how to describe them. They're kolaches. I mean, that's the best way to
They're
describe them.
kolaches. They are their own
it's
thing.
not just a Czech invention. There's I know when I was last in Czech, it was like a national holiday for them. So there was like this big concert in the main plaza, the clock tower area, and then we went to a couple places around, and they would just give us free shots of like their national liquor. You probably had it when you were there.
Slivovitz, or was it Bekalovka?
Yeah, that stuff's Bekarovka, I think. The green bottle.
Yeah, Bekalovka.
Dude, that's
I love
awesome.
that stuff.
It
Yeah.
tasted like a better Fireball. Like
No,
Oh,
it tastes like
nice.
Christmas. It's like nutmeggy and it's
Yeah.
like spicy. So it's like we're not
Yeah,
spicy, but
super
like
good.
full of spices. So yeah, like we'll have it at Christmas time. We'll have a shot of Bekarovka because it tastes
Yeah.
like Christmas. Tastes like the holidays.
Tastes like the seasons.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it's cool and got to explore everywhere. Obviously, I got to meet a lot of new family. And
Yeah.
it was a blast, and just seeing the city. But
That sounds like a great trip.
It does sound like an amazing
and
trip.
a lot of excellent food. Oh,
Yes.
That
some
food.
European
Never
food,
complain
man.
about.
It's just like had some like duck. I'm like, oh,
It
Ooh,
just
yum.
it just tastes
So
different.
good.
Like it feels
Feels foreign.
better. It feels foreign.
yeah. Even I had like one American like style ish breakfast in there, like is like had like eggs and like bacon and stuff like that. They're like, oh, this
Yeah.
is like, and I was like, oh, I'll try it out, and it's like so much better because it's like it comes with like fresh toast with like jam if you want
Oh
it,
yeah.
fresh like.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! It's like what the fuck, guys?
That's
we're
good
just
stuff.
we're just
The
not doing
food
it
I
right.
had in Europe is so much. It's just a different experience. Like the way they'll prepare things is just fundamentally different from a lot of things the way they prepare in America. It's so weird, but it's good. Like I think there's something said for the good about both. You know, there's a lot of American food that is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
but it definitely.
Nobody can beat a burger. An American burger is an American burger. It's got to be made in America.
Yeah, yeah, you know, that's true. But then at the same time, you're definitely gonna feel a certain way after eating an
Yeah.
American burger that you that a little slower than you would after
A little
eating
lethargic. Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yes.
But I mean, you know, burger's real good.
Yeah. I'd say
Same with apple strudel or anything in Europe.
Ah,
in Europe
strudel.
that's
yeah,
like
strudel.
remember that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So like where does Prague rank on like cities for you, like international cities or like other cities you've been to in Europe?
It's hard to say. I think it's 2 or 3. I still love Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona's still like better, do you think?
Yeah.
In your,
I usually rank
it's
cities by
different.
cities I'd go back to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
and I would go back to Prague.
Yeah.
just to check out more.
but yeah, I feel like Barcelona, like it's very different, but Barcelona is still pretty high up there for me.
Yeah.
And obviously like Tokyo.
Yeah,
Well, actually,
okay.
I don't know. Tokyo is it's a toss up for me between Tokyo and Kyoto when it comes to Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd go back to Kyoto in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, over Tokyo.
Over Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Ah man, I
there's
I go to
something
Tokyo.
to be said about Kyoto, like the
I
smaller.
don't get me wrong. I wanted to go back to Tokyo as well, but if you gave me a choice,
you
I
go
would
to Kyoto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this or that. You know, it's
Yeah, I don't
gonna
know, but for me, it's Asakusa, Tokyo. Like I love that region,
neighborhood,
mostly because
yeah.
it's smaller. I don't like the big buildings. Screw Roppongi. Screw
Screw
what's
like,
the big ones?
like Shinjuku.
Yeah, Shinjuku. Yeah, Ginza. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
just so fake. I'm like,
So
I want
fake.
yeah, it's just
There was
Yeah.
a.
I get what you're saying.
Do you remember? You remember me guys telling you? I think it was like episode like 1. The Cheap House Japan channel.
yes.
Yeah.
They posted. Here it is. It's a house about an hour's drive outside of Kyoto.
Ooh.
For $117,000.
That's a more realistic
Which-
house price.
It's realistic, but like, you know, for American prices, very good. You
Yeah.
know, if that's
Yeah.
the price. It's
How many
a
square feet?
3-story house in the countryside, partially renovated this year, and has 14 rooms. And it's 8 minutes to the nearest walk. I don't know if I get this comes through in the.
I
it
can
looks-
see that.
It looks gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, dude!
It looks gorgeous.
so.
It looks
I was
amazing.
I was telling,
it looks so good. And 14 rooms.
Someone probably died
It's
in
got
it.
literally everything.
yeah.
You can
So-
have 3 families in here if you wanted to.
Yeah, I was actually talking to my uncle
Got a
because he's like,
garage. It's
dude,
got
I would
like
love
a
to like find like
6-car
a
garage.
Yeah, I would love
Huge
to.
garage.
He was like, I want to find this place, right? Find it, and I'm like, dude, check out Cheap House Japan because he's like, what? Because he wants to visit and like probably stay in Japan for a bit because he wants to. He's got wanderlust just like me, and
Yeah.
oh my gosh, dude.
Sean's showing us
It's just-
pictures
it's like-
right now. It's just like
if I-
huge. It's
If I
someone
had
de-
money, I would just buy it.
I mean,
Yeah.
someone definitely died in the house. Do I care? No, I don't care. But
Yeah,
Well,
is an
it
amazing
actually does
house.
have a foundation issue, so you'll need to get that looked at. But
yeah, okay, fair.
but besides that, you know, amazing house.
Amazing house.
I wonder what the logistics of that would be because honestly, I can see us like in 5 to 10 years like, hey, if we have kids or something like that, it's like, let's just get a house in
just get a
Japan.
house.
We all put down on it, and it's just like essentially a timeshare between the three of
Yeah,
us.
we could
and, like,
just
our
buy a house
families and our
together as
friends.
like a vacation house.
Yeah, I would definitely do that in a heartbeat. For sure.
100%,
I mean,
yeah.
well, Sean, okay, so for people who don't know that are listening, Sean, on our very first episode, was like showing Mike and I houses in Japan. These houses weren't even 100K, though. These were like 20K. They were like
Super
50K.
cheap.
It's like,
There was one that was 15,000.
yeah, it's like we could just.
How to get this
one of
right
us-
now?
one of us could have just bought this house on our own, and I'm like, what is the catch here? Now, the foundation issue that you found on that one, Sean, sounds realistic, but the other ones, like 15K, they're pretty far away. I guess they're pretty
Well,
remote.
like really old houses, a lot of
Old.
them need renovations, you know,
Yeah.
but like they're still livable.
They're 15K. Yeah, like you could invest 100K into the house maybe, and it's
Yeah.
like great.
You could even demolish it and
Yeah,
spend
just take it out. Yeah, I don't know.
That's cheaper land at that point. Although I
Right.
think there's weird rules in Japan, like you can't destroy a house.
Oh, really?
Like
That's tricky.
I remember, there's a wow. Why did my brain just stop there? So there's a YouTube channel abroad in Japan.
Yes.
Sure, we're all familiar with it.
Yep.
And they went to tour recently several real estate properties, and one of them was like just the most dilapidated, disgusting house possible, but they can't destroy it. And if you were to buy the lot and knock it down, you can only do that if you leave the existing wooden studs intact.
What the heck? Okay.
It's really weird.
Some sort of-
That's why
Interesting.
some things just haven't been developed, because you can't, like legally, you can't do anything to it.
Weird. It's like some weird historical preservation thing, I'm assuming.
I think it's like this weird, it's just a result of laws that stacked on top of each other, and then because of that, it doesn't make sense anymore, but it's still there.
Yeah. yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah, so I don't know if that would happen with some of these, but most of the houses I would just live in. You know, there's no reason to knock them down.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, back to the Czech Republic. Awesome. It's I would probably, who knows, it's definitely on my short list of places to move if I want to move. The only downside is bureaucracy. It tends to be fairly, just like a lot of European countries, it tends to be fairly bureaucratic. So it's like it can be hard to get to, and but everyone there is like, oh, if you want to, you work in IT, I can get here pretty easily.
Ah, nice.
Really?
Very
Yeah.
versatile.
So
Good.
yep. As long as you're an engineer or work in IT, it's like,
Yeah,
you know.
it's like you get a degree, you could probably figure
and,
it out.
And
yeah.
everyone there speaks English. Like it's
That's
just
great.
part of the.
Yeah.
Do they not have?
But
do they have
Czech
their
is a
own
different language, like a weirdly specific language.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
remember having a couple words that were hard to pronounce.
Yeah, it's Slavic, but it's very different. It's like
Yeah.
I would, if like Russian is Spanish, then Czech is like Portuguese or yeah, Portuguese
Yeah, so
maybe.
it's still pretty different then, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Who'd have thought?
Well, that's fun. I really want to go back to Prague, so I'm excited to eventually do that one day. So
You need to go back to a bunch of different cities just because you visited them when you were young
Yeah.
enough that you didn't experience them. You can experience them in entirely different way now.
yeah, like honestly, when I went to Italy when I was like 10, I was like, man, this is boring. Like, what's this Coliseum? I just gotta walk like 8
What?
miles each day. Are you kidding me? And
Oh,
like,
yeah, you just want to play video
Privileged
games.
kid.
I was like, where's my Pokemon? And then my parents didn't want to like eat breakfast one day, and I was like sitting in the middle of the streets of like Venice because I'm like, I need breakfast right now. And if you don't give me breakfast, I'm gonna like scream. And like they're like,
I'm
all right,
gonna lose
we'll
it
go
right
get
now.
you a baguette. They just bought me a baguette, and I just ate the baguette.
That's hilarious.
I was a little problem child, honestly. Sometimes I just did not want to walk that 8 miles. My feet hurt so bad. Now, obviously,
That's
I love
understandable at 10 years old, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, even my feet were hurting pretty bad. Just like, well, the first day especially, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm out of shape, man. Like, I obviously the run and stuff like that too took it out of me. But you know,
Right.
run with the bag. But like the first
that
day
run
walking
from
around
3
the
days
city,
ago, ooh,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, like I'm out of shape. Next day, I was like, all right, I'm used to it now. And
I'm
then
good,
like,
yeah.
Well,
it's
were you
weird how
wearing
your body
walking
just adapts.
shoes, or were you wearing your normal fancy shoes?
Oh, that's true.
I was wearing, well, first day I was wearing my fancy shoes because I
Yeah.
wore them on the flight. But then I switched over to when I got to
flight?
the hotel.
Why did you on the fly?
Oh, because they're harder to compress into the bag. Like I've got my Adidas that I just fold up into the bag that just go and just stuff in there. Whereas the fancy shoes are a problem. I always wear like the most, like the stuff that I can't fit. Like I always wear jeans on the flight. I always usually wear a small light sweatshirt since it's hot out, and like a active wear.
Yeah.
Basically, the stuff I'm not
entirely different ways.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of
Because I don't want to pack that stuff, and it's like just extra
Fair.
space. So I just want to wear it.
Yeah, I get you. My dad wears his suit whenever he needs a suit to travel. He always wears the suit on flights.
I don't get that. Like I had to wear a suit obviously for the wedding, and I brought a
Right.
On a
full
short
suit.
flight, it makes sense, but a long flight, no way.
Yeah, I'm not
God,
into that
no.
either. I'm not into that either.
I just want to smell the plane. Oh,
Yeah, it's like I'd sweat and I'd ruin my suit, and then I don't have like a wash. Can't wash it.
The only
there.
time I've like worn nice clothes on a plane was when I was literally flying out for an interview and then flying back
Oh,
later that
yeah,
day. Like
yeah.
it was like the only time I've ever done that.
It's fair
yeah.
enough.
I don't get when business travelers wear full suits. It's like, dude, like I get you want to look spiffy, but like, bruh, it's just gonna get
come on.
ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it was
great.
It was cool.
Nice.
That's good. You had a good time. I'm glad that you were able to get there eventually.
Yeah.
And,
I'm glad you didn't miss the wedding. That would have sucked.
Oh, man, that
honestly.
would've
Oh,
sucked.
dude, yeah.
That
It
would
was
have
on
been
Saturday,
terrible.
so I had some time, but yeah, it would have been like, yeah, but it was great. The wedding was absolutely lovely. So
Good.
Downside though is I did pick up the vid on
the vid. You finally
on the
got
way
the
back.
vid.
Yeah, so I
COVID.
finally
The
got
vid. I didn't even know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. I was like, the vid video?
the vid.
Oh, no.
Yes,
No,
the
COVID.
trying to keep
Yeah.
the vid,
Yeah,
video
yeah.
store. No, but
There's
I've totally
Blockbusters and
lost my
Jack's.
taste. It really sucks.
Oh, that does.
You did?
That
Really?
does suck.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're still?
still, yeah.
You really?
Oh, that's
Are
crazy.
you still sick?
Oh, wait, tell us about that because
No,
it's,
no,
that
I'm
one-
totally
that
fine
freaks
now.
me out.
Are you still,
But
you're
I'm
still
just-
positive though, right? Or are you not positive?
Not positive.
Really? And you still don't have your taste? That sucks.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it does last for a long time for some people. Like
Did it last long for you? Because I know you lost your
I
taste
never
for a
had
bit.
it. I never lost my taste.
Oh no. Okay.
No, I never lost any sort of senses. But I have a friend who, got COVID, lost her taste, and it almost a year later is still like not fully
That's
having her taste back.
so weird.
Really?
Not to freak you out, Michael, but hopefully it comes back for
I'm
you.
honestly a little freaked out. Like it's been weird. I'm getting it slightly back. Like I have some senses, but like especially yesterday, literally nothing. I could not taste
You
anything.
should just try the spiciest
God.
food possible.
Yeah, like get on those
Oh,
spicy
well-
challenges again. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I mean, the spicy, my capsaicin whatever detection is really low. So like I tried some spicy stuff, and it's like I don't taste spice. I don't taste.
so
nice. Like a
weird.
superhero
It's really
now.
weird. Yeah.
I've heard this is unconfirmed. I'm not a medical professional. However, I heard that the reason people have been losing sometimes like certain senses is because the virus will like damage certain parts of the brain that is responsible for receptors like that.
I've
Really?
heard that. I'm pretty sure that's not true though. I've heard it's just
Okay.
actually the receptors themselves. So like
Oh,
it'd be
okay.
my nose.
That's
'Cause-
better than damaging the brain.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Absolutely.
I mean, COVID can still pass the blood-brain barrier, but I'm pretty sure it's just the receptors themselves that get damaged. Primarily, like for me, it's one. Remember that a lot of taste is smell.
associated with smell. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like
so
I can
you
still
smell
sometimes,
still or
my taste is also affected. I can't smell either.
oh wow.
And like my sinuses are a little bit clogged, but like not terribly. So I should be able to like, breathe in and smell things like if I was operating normally.
That's crazy.
That is
That's
crazy.
honestly my biggest fear with the whole virus thing was not being able to
Well,
taste
Taste
things.
anything.
I heard
yeah.
another person who had gotten it. They used like super restrictive and they're like their diet and like they're very like they didn't like a lot of things. They're very picky eaters.
Yeah.
And after it, their sense of taste, they're like, oh my gosh, I want to try all this stuff now. They're not picky eaters anymore because
Really?
of, like, the
Wow.
effects of it. Yeah.
COVID benefiting
interesting.
humanity. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I was close to losing my taste one of the days, but I personally think I got really stuffy one day. I had COVID, and I lost my smell, but I think it was because it was just really stuffy. So I got it back the next day, but it's not the same like way.
That sounds like just like
I haven't
up.
just being stuffed.
It seems
up,
a little bit better today. Like I'm drinking a beer right now, and I can I have like these slight hints of it, but it's not. It's not to the level of it was.
You could write in your review, yes, hints of just for everything.
Hints of
like everything tastes like it's like the echo of something, right? And here's the thing is, I don't know if it's actually just me remembering the taste of something. Like,
oh yeah,
what if it's like some sort of like phantom taste?
Yeah,
I
can feel it. I can feel stuff, and like some sours, like I can taste if I eat something very sour.
Oh, okay.
I can taste the hint, but it's a hint of sourness. It's not like so.
Wow.
Very,
That's
very
crazy. It's amazing how much of your life kind of depends on that.
Yeah,
dude. I'm honestly, so I'm a little depressed now because of like I can't taste anything. I'm like I want to eat so many things. On the plus side, I can eat some like random shit. Like with these shitty ass White Claws in the fridge right now that no one wants to drink because they're terrible. So I'm like, I'll just drink them now because I can't taste them. So it's
if
just
you wanted
water.
it's a good opportunity to go on like a diet that has terrible food.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking the exact same thing. The broccoli, it's the broccoli chicken diet.
And broccoli.
It'd be like, no sauce needed because I can't taste the sauce.
Yeah, you
so
can't
I'll just
taste
eat the
nothing,
chicken.
right? Yeah, that's true.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it's very.
Well,
weird.
I hope you get it back soon.
Yeah, I do too.
I hope so too.
That sucks.
Thank you.
That sucks a lot.
Yeah. But an interesting experiments you can do.
It is a very interesting
like what's
experiment.
the limit? I really wanted you to like do the hot ones challenge again and then report back. Like, was it hot? Was any of it hot?
I can't do hot ones. I've got some of the. I think I've still got some Apollo left of the Apollo sauce.
Yeah,
so I can try some of the Apollo sauce and see if that still affects me. If not, I'll just go buy some. I need some. I need some more Apollo sauce anyway because it's delicious. But
so you're now the second person I know that has lost taste. Out of
I'm
all
just
the people.
The year though, that's a lot. I wonder if it's affected his or her palate.
I don't know. You say he's starting to get it back now, so. But I mean, it's crazy. It's interesting because you'll hear about everything on either the news or reports and stuff. Sometimes you either don't experience it yourself or don't know anybody who experiences it themselves. So it's interesting to now know someone directly who I talk to all the time.
Yeah,
right?
actually has that experience. Yeah, that's true.
But you went a really long time without getting COVID.
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility I had it. I feel like I was kind of weird after AX. But like I never got anything. I never tested because I was like, I don't feel sick, but I just feel a little off,
Yeah.
So maybe but this is like the first like I confirmed. Like I've tested a couple times negative, and then this is the first time I've tested positive.
Right.
I got COVID from my brother because he went to Vegas, and you're gonna get COVID in Vegas. Yeah. It's like it's gonna happen. So he came back, and then my entire family got it because of him.
Bastard.
And then, that was like a couple days of sickness,
like
but nothing severe at all.
Yeah,
it's fine. Recently, though, I was at an event and I shared a beer with somebody, and then later I was told that they got COVID.
Oh, jeez, they
and I was
definitely
like,
had.
Bummer.
Yeah.
And I tested it, and I tested myself, and I was feeling fine. I tested, and I was still negative. So like. I feel like once my immune system got it, it's good. Because I've always historically had a very good immune system.
I feel like that is it. Like your immune system took care of it this time around, for sure.
Yeah,
because it's kind of recent. Like you didn't have it too long ago. I know my first time having it was also like a week ago. Like I got it a week before you did, Mike. It's freaking weird how we all just got it.
Yeah, I remember he's actually like, I got the vid. I'm like, great. Yeah, and then I don't know. And then you, Carly, I think it was this week. You're like, oh my gosh, we gotta go out. We gotta get like now we're negative. We gotta
Yeah, interesting.
Explore
stuff.
Interesting thing though. Carly never tested positive the whole time.
Interesting. Did she have symptoms or
nope, no symptoms at all.
Huh?
The whole time I was sick.
That's really surprising.
She got a strong immune system then.
Strangely weird, yeah. Or
did she have the vaccine?
Yeah,
or
we got vaccinated and boosted like all at the same time too. So
Okay.
It's not like
I only got the initial 2-round of vaccine. I didn't do the
Oh, you didn't get
booster.
boosted.
gotcha.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I got the 3.
I wasn't boosted.
boosted.
Boost.
Honestly, there's a. You guys haven't seen High School DxD, but
I have seen High School DxD. Yeah, that's why I said
There's-
boost.
okay, yeah, you know what? Like when he gets powered up, there's this thing on his arm that goes boost.
Oh, God.
Yep.
It's
Imagine English boost.
boosted.
Oh,
Nice.
so good. Such a meme.
Such a meme.
It's a vibe.
Hopefully we'll all be good for Spain, though. We won't have any like COVID scares near the December time frame when we're going to Spain.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
That's
great.
the intention.
Yeah.
If we get everyone on the same page again,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
what happened?
Small-
no one responded to you or me.
Small aside,
What
yeah, we got to
happened
plan
there?
this because we've been not having meetings for anyone
Yeah.
who's interested in our
Yep.
Spain trip.
Yeah, and yeah, to the viewers, we're planning a Spain trip with a group of friends of ours, and you know how hard it is to plan any sort of trip with multiple people.
Yeah, especially like we're
rough.
at like 8 or 9 people total. And
Yeah,
so
especially when you have to spend a good chunk of money for a lot of planning. Like going to
Yep.
Spain overseas is not easy, to do right now. You gotta have a plan, and you gotta get everyone on the same page. Everyone has to buy their flights at the same time. Like it's a lot of planning, and it can be troublesome to
yeah, it's like herding
arrange
cats.
everyone to
Yeah,
herding
yeah.
cats.
We just aren't very focused. We just can't make it like, oh crap, it's 2 months away. Now we gotta buy tickets. Definitely gotta.
Yeah.
We gotta focus.
Yeah,
I'm bad
actually,
at
we
it
should
too.
buy tickets pretty soon.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Dude, I looked at tickets again for my area. It's so expensive.
Really? Is it
It,
expensive?
yeah, it was way expensive.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
It was like $800 for a flight.
Well, $800 isn't that bad, right?
That's
great.
That's pretty reasonable for.
Wait,
Yeah.
okay. Well, now I'm guessing my reaction because when I last looked it up, I was shocked and I was like, "Bummer,
Bummer,
I
man.
didn't want to spend that much money, but
Yeah.
here I go."
I'm gonna look
I
it up
spent
right now.
way too much money on my flights, mostly because I had like a month and a half, 2 months to prep because that's when we learned. Oh, they're getting married. Oh shit! So I gotta buy flights.
Well, did you have
And,
a
uh,
free?
Oh yeah, no, it's way more for me. It's like 1,100.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's upsetting. Dude, what the heck?
I don't know if I want to do it, but like that's a lot of money.
I mean,
It's
mine.
ridiculous
Oh
right now.
shoot! Yeah, actually, I'm really expensive too. I looked like 2
like
months ago,
1,500.
and mine's gonna be like 1,000 to 1,500. Yeah, I looked a month ago, and I swear that it was like $700. Oh wait, no! I got this.
Are you looking at the? Are you looking at the right time frame? Though?
I'm looking at December now, and it's gonna be like $800 to $900. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy with that.
But see, 20 like it's you really got to wait and watch because like 25 days ago, I see on the time graph here it was 930.
yeah, it changes so
Which
much.
is 130 plus 150 plus cheaper than it would be if I booked it right now. So like these dips and spikes will happen.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember
really just
everyone
gotta
wants to
watch.
travel right now because of lockdown,
Like lifted-
unrestrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
lifted
Which is crazy
restrictions.
because this is not like traveling to Barcelona or in the Spain area in December is not a priority time to travel.
Right.
It's a very cheap time. It should be
hence,
cheap.
hence,
to travel.
hence why we're trying to do it.
Hence why we're doing it. Yeah.
Yet it's still expensive. Like if I looked in September, all right, it's the same price.
Yeah.
That should not, maybe even cheaper. Just 1,000 instead of
Just
1,100.
switch
That's
it.
not
Let's
how it
just go
should be.
next month. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go in 2 days.
Hours,
I'll
25
do it.
hours to get there. Oh my god,
That's not even a
trips
direct
are terrible.
flight. Yeah, you can't get a direct flight for where you're at, Sean. Can you?
No, I can't. I have to at least get a stop somewhere.
Yeah, we can
Same
probably
with
get
me.
direct
This one
flights.
goes to Alaska. What? Why would this go to Alaska?
Alaska first.
Wait, it goes to Alaska first?
Yeah, British Airways to Alaska,
Then to Barcelona.
then to
That makes no sense.
I have
That
no
makes
idea
absolutely zero
how that
sense.
works. Yeah. I have
whatever.
no
All
idea.
right, well, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But we need to get everyone on a meeting again. That's kind of the
Yeah,
trip. There, impromptu
Meeting.
gripes. There
Yes.
you go. Or travel plans.
yeah. If anyone's worked in travel or has done something similar where you have to negotiate like 8 or 9 different people on the same travel plans.
Yeah,
That
and travel
you'll-
in this economy is brutal.
Oh, it's super
Yes.
brutal. Travel is up there.
Oh, shit. Sorry, drop something.
I have I have a thing that will blow your mind when we get to the discussion of economy. A fact.
Well, should we start?
Well, tell us the fact that'll blow us our minds.
So you want to know? You want to know
economy
what
discussion.
the absolute state of this economy? Something that's gonna blow your mind. I went to McDonald's.
Yep.
I went to McDonald's the other day,
Yeah,
and I got myself a chicken sandwich and a McDouble. All right, the McDouble. Right.
pretty standard.
Guess how much the McDouble
McDouble's-
costs now?
Okay, listen, I'm a connoisseur of the McDouble.
I love the McDouble.
Now, a McDouble should cost no more than $1.20.
yeah,
I
I
remember.
remember.
It's $5.
Oh, no way! Like
It's-
two
It's not
thirty
that bad,
maybe.
no. So I remember the McDouble being $1. There's commercials.
Yeah.
The McDouble's $1. The McChicken's $1. I went to McDonald's. The McDouble's $2. Now just think about that.
That is 100% increase in price.
This is sounding
Yes.
like a big American, like, oh, boo-hoo. But I just think, look, just hear me out. Back in the day, 2016, 2014, whatever, you could go to McDonald's with a $10 bill and get like 8 burgers. You could feed an
could eat for
entire
a week.
family. You could feed your entire family and have lunch the next morning. Now you go in with $10, you can't even feed the whole family. Like you
You
get
can't
like
even feed one person. I feel like.
you get like 4 burgers. Now that's just insane. That's just, like now like the only like fast food cheap restaurant that's held on to their value is like Little Caesars Pizza. They've still
In-N-Out.
got
They're still $5.
well, In-N-Out,
yeah.
okay, In-N-Out,
In-N-Out
sure,
also.
sure, but that's not worldwide, or that's not countrywide.
They have increased their prices though, and
Yeah.
you're right. It's not
In-N-Out's
Yeah.
still like really good. I'll if I can get to an In-N-Out, I'll go to the In-N-Out, but I can't right now. I wish I could.
fair.
But
And-
man,
Colton, you're also saying like just a McDouble. Like if you get anything else with that, it's ridiculous. I
Yeah.
feel like if you get a
McDonald's
meal,
overall is
it's like
expensive.
$5 for a meal, and then if you want to get like a slightly bit like a Big Mac is like base is like $6 for
Yeah.
a fucking Big Mac.
McDonald's is the barometer of how your economy is doing.
it absolutely is.
If
It
you
is,
can't afford
absolutely.
McDonald's, your economy's in the toilet. I
pooper.
mean, like, come on.
I just can't
yeah.
believe the McDouble's $2. I would always get a meal and tag on a McDouble to the end of the meal because it was like $1. It's like, why get fries? Get a McDouble. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's like the afternoon snack at that
the
point. you know?
calorie per dollar was like so amazing with the McDouble. Now it's like it's $2. Like how? I'm very upset as an American citizen here, and I mean, a lot of people will be
I
like
went-
boo-hoo, whatever. But I don't know. That's a big deal. It's 100% increase.
I went, okay, I don't know if you guys have this thing, but every so often, like every 5 months, I have a craving for KFC. Okay.
Really? Okay.
Really?
It's like
I don't
bad
know.
food
No.
that tastes good. Since they redid their recipe to their original recipe, for a while it was terrible, but like now it's good again. All of the KFCs, and I had this issue, and I got coupons recently in my mailbox that was like, oh, X amount off on this thing. I'm like, oh, hey,
I may have to
twist my
partake.
arm, why don't you? So-
yeah.
So I look it up, and all of the KFCs in my city are like under 2 stars.
Unfortunate
As reviews.
KFC,
So I think
honestly,
sounds-
yeah.
yeah.
I think
Sounds like KFC.
that's not good. Like all the In-N-Outs are 4+ stars, right? KFC's
right.
like they deserve.
2 or less. I was a bit concerned, and so I go to one. So I'm like, let's see how bad this can be. It was pretty poor service.
Oh, man.
wise.
No, unfortunate.
I think the guy almost threw my meal at me, like in the drive-through window.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
How long did it take? Was it Popeye's level like delay, or was it?
I
just
don't think I've been
normal?
to Popeyes. It was pretty quick. It was like maybe less than a minute to get
Okay.
it.
Got to go to Popeyes. Side note, you really
yeah,
do.
Popeyes. It's like 15 minutes.
It's better than
but
KFC.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a long time. Regardless, so I went there. I got the 3-piece meal, right? So you get that, and then you get a potato thing, and then a biscuit, and
Oh, biscuit.
it tasted the same, right? But it was way more expensive than I wanted it to be. I think the whole thing came out to about $10,
Yeah.
Sounds
and I
about
got it
right.
for $9 because of my coupon. But $10 for like a 3-piece meal?
Yeah, 3-piece
Yeah,
meal.
it's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I'm not sure about
Yeah.
that.
For KFC.
Yeah, right. Dude, for me, Culver's is probably, I have a Culver's close to me, and that is like probably the best bang for your buck when it comes to fast food, because you'll spend $10, but you'll get like a full meal plus like I'll buy like an extra sandwich, and they all taste delicious because it's Culver's, you know.
Culver's
I
good.
have a comment on Culver's. I have been to a Culver's now. I don't
Okay.
think I had
for
remembered
you.
going
Really?
to a
You've
Culver's.
never gone
I
to
went
one?
to a Culver's.
So
I was
recently.
not impressed.
What?
Really?
Michael's
You're-
laughing. Stop.
You're comparing it. You're comparing it too much to like In-N-Out. I feel
You're comparing
like.
it to In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
It's not the
comparing
same.
it to just like
Compared to McDonald's.
compared to McDonald's. It was slightly fuller tasting than
Yes.
McDonald's.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yes.
taste like cardboard, which is what McDonald's tastes like.
No. McDonald's tastes good.
What? No, McDonald's tastes like cardboard. No, sorry, no.
No.
BK tastes like cardboard. McDonald's tastes
Yeah.
like slightly better
McDonald's is just
cardboard.
the
Burger King
engineered
is
burger.
terrible.
The engineered
McDonald's is
burger.
the most consistent burger you're ever going to get. Now,
Yes.
Culver's is it's just it was.
Which
Michael,
burger did
honestly-
you get? Which burger did you get?
Yeah,
'cause
honestly.
you get if you get the Culver
I got-
Deluxe, that's the good one.
I got their like the butter thing.
The butter burger?
Butter
burger.
That's all right. Culver Deluxe is better though.
See, now at this point in my life, or I guess in our friendship, I'm really, really, what's the word? Concerned, unsure of Michael's taste in burgers.
Really?
Well, right now my
What?
taste in burgers is non-existent because I have no taste.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, fair.
But like, the last time we had this discussion, I don't remember what episode we talked about.
was
but it was
Whataburger,
like the,
and you're
the,
like,
the Whataburger
Whataburger.
discussion.
Oh,
and Michael's
yeah.
like, man, Whataburger, best burger. And I had it, and it was severely lacking in taste.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't like Whataburger either.
So, and now he recommends Culver's, and I have Culver's, and it's just, eh. What, Colton, have you had Culver's?
I like Culver's. I think it's very good. I'd pick it over McDonald's probably most of the time.
Really?
Culver's is
I would pick McDonald's over Culver's.
really.
Yeah.
I
have you tried
wouldn't- I
their
don't
chicken
think.
sandwich too? Chicken sandwich isn't too bad.
Chicken sandwich is like good. Yeah.
I know Colton's would have tried it, but I'm not
Yeah.
really a chicken person.
Chicken
at fast
sandwich.
food
I mean,
places.
honestly, it's still you need to get a chicken sandwich at Popeyes, Sean. Like,
It
not
is,
to
yeah.
diverge too
Popeyes
much
is-
from the burgers, but like it is really, really good.
All right, I will try and find a Popeyes. See if I have any near me, but I will try and find one, and I will try and have it, and then I can
Yeah.
weigh in on the
I
conversation.
actually like Culver's though because it's like for the reason it's like McDonald's,
you call
but
it Culver's?
more. What is that wrong? Culver's?
You're just like
I think
there's
you
like
did
two
pronounce
L's
it a
in
little weird. Yeah.
Wait,
Culver's, not Culver's.
Culver's.
No, it's Culver's.
Culver's.
Culver's. What's wrong with how I'm saying it?
Cole's just standing by his wrong opinion.
He's just like double down.
Yeah.
Popeyes.
Just say it with confidence, and they won't notice.
Anyways, when I get the butter burger, I get it because
Popeyes
it's
Louisiana Kitchen.
Yes.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch here, so I'll go to one.
You'll need like an hour. Like you have to wait an hour.
yeah, but that hour was worth it for
Yeah,
their
it
chicken
kinda
sandwiches.
is.
And also
It's-
try their nugs. Their nugs are
nugs are
cheap
good.
and delicious. And then you
Nugs.
get the
Dude,
if you like
Honestly,
honey mustard,
at
get their honey
KFC, I
mustard.
love the popcorn chicken. If they have something similar at Popeyes, I'm down.
their nugs are fairly similar to popcorn chicken.
Oh, this one has 2 stars. That's not
Dude, that's just the regular Popeyes experience. You gotta just like trust.
This one's got 1.5.
It's because it
Yeah.
takes an hour to get your food. It's like the biggest waste of
yeah,
time.
and like
This one's 2.5 though.
oh, okay. So you won't get shot.
Yeah, for your chicken.
That one's 2. What's this one? That one is 1.5.
Oh,
Oof,
boy.
not going to that one.
Yeah, pick the
I would,
2.5.
I would definitely
That one's 2.5 as well.
recommend their fries, dude. They got like a Cajun seasoning. It's like very
Oh,
off
yeah,
key,
their
but their
fries-
fries are
I'm
actually
a sucker
quite
for some
good.
Cajun seasoning.
Yep.
They're quite good. So
Like Five Guys. Five Guys, you got your Cajun
Dude,
fries. Those are good.
you're making me tear up here. I'm just like
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah,
Michael.
that's right.
We're talking
Like,
about
you
all the
can't
good
taste
food.
it?
Mike can't
You can't
taste.
taste.
Oh,
Can't
man.
taste, yeah.
Sorry, man. But
But
anyways,
I think we got sidetracked because we were originally going to talk about kind of how this economy has changed.
Yes, how McDonald's now costs $2.
for a McDouble,
Yes.
I mean that's a great starting point for this
The
economy.
$2 menu now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And
Unbelievable.
I mean, I'm glad gas prices have gone down. But I know a month ago, they were absolutely ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Where I was at, they were $5, which is just unheard of because
Yep.
I'm in an area that produces produces oil. So
I was also over $5, and this is also a cheap state.
And I was also
like-
over $5, and I am a cheap state,
California
too.
was into the sevens. It's like ridiculous.
yeah,
It's unbelievable.
ridiculous. And I feel bad for everyone in Europe because the Europeans are like, yeah, it's like double. It's like $2 to $3 per. They said it was like $3 a liter.
Yeah,
or something like
that-
that.
I feel like
That
there's just
sucks.
been a
$3 liter.
perfect storm recently of things going wrong that have caused things.
Well, there's
the
still
economy to go
ships.
crazy.
There's still ships in LA, right? In LA Harbor that are just still like there's still this huge delay, right?
Yeah, there's still delays in the shipping, and Russia and Ukraine are still at war.
Yep.
That's causing a lot of the oil issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's so much, just a perfect storm of all things happening.
Yeah.
Yep. Houses are still ridiculously expensive.
At least like the cryptocurrency is crashing, so we can get like graphics cards now. Like that's kind of nice.
Let's look at the bright side. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Like I mean,
Yeah, that is true.
Also, America now is moving chip production inland.
yeah.
Is that the right term? I don't know.
Or internal, meaning like they're inside
Yeah,
US.
internally instead of mainly importing most of the chips we produce from offshore. So
Yeah.
that will improve prices in the long term.
Right.
But yeah.
But it's also just a good idea in general. I mean, so many countries now are reliant on other countries for production, which is really also not good for your economy.
Yeah, I mean, the U.S. definitely has been, right? Like, think of the U.S. has always been like the final manufacturer, right? Where we pull in a bunch of resources from everywhere, and we always do the
The final
last end of
steps.
the line.
Yep.
Final steps, right?
Well, I wouldn't say so. I mean, I feel like most of our stuff is imported.
Well, maybe like
I do see what you're saying. Actually,
Yeah, but like think
we do
about
final
cars or
like
stuff
Apple phones are like
Yeah.
manufactured in
Yep. So
somewhere, but
manufactured here, but
Yeah.
not actually like the
not
main
produced.
parts, the main components are not manufactured in the United
Right.
States.
when before World War II, we manufactured everything ourselves.
Yep.
And I could say that we're going to talk specifically California, America here.
California is
California.
being the Americans we are.
California centric.
Hey, America would be the 7th largest economy in the world if it's seated.
You mean California?
California would. Yeah.
That's whatever. I'm a couple beers deep. But then we kind of gave that up, and I think that happens. It's applicable to a lot of countries, not just America. So,
yeah, Europe's in the same boat, right? All their manufacturing is in China, India,
Taiwan or something like
Taiwan,
that. So,
Bangladesh, Vietnam.
Mhm.
Yeah.
but giving up your manufacturing definitely hurts your economy in a way. Assuming you're not producing other things, like a lot of stuff that we produce now is software or like
Or service.
services.
Yeah, essentially what it is, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the manufacturing, if it goes away for any reason, as we've experienced now with COVID damaging shipping lines and such, then things just grind to a halt. You know.
Yeah. Takes
Yep,
a while to
and
start back
increased
up
gas
too.
prices means increased travel expenses, so shipping stuff is more costly. So it's like this. It's such a huge network, huge
It's a
web
huge
of everything.
ripple effect.
Yeah, and
It really puts into perspective how just the economy is a lie.
The economy is a lie. Wow.
economy is a lot.
That is quite the
Like-
take.
Yeah, because everything's artificial. Let me tell you this right now.
Sure, Sean.
And it's just this cycle that's perpetuated that needs to happen. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we need to have this give and take, this supply and demand from everywhere to keep things going. But a lot of times it's artificial. I mean, the reason we didn't immediately crash into a recession when COVID happened was because of everything being pumped into the economy from the government, right? And that kept us going for a while, but then it ends and people are still not working as much, which means they're not spending as much, and then the economy
Not
grinds to a halt,
servicing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The economy.
I mean, it's a really weird point we're at. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching the market, but it's been in this period of like kind of market stagnation right now. It's
Yeah.
going back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
But I keep watch for 401k and investment reasons, right? I think we're all have investments, and I try to. But
Yeah.
so it's a weird point. I follow a lot of economics people, and one of the things they're worried about is, one is a big recession right now.
I saw a graph that is perfectly aligning, and of course, grain of salt, because you can make anything, you can make numbers say anything, really. But
But it looked
a graph that perfectly aligns the 2008 crash with what we're going through right now, and we're just at the last peak before
we
another downturn.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
So that's why I didn't buy anything quite yet.
Yeah, right.
Wait.
The other worry we have right now is stagflation, where basically our economy is stagnant. But so something like Japan, right, where basically there's very little growth in the economy, and we're kind of just like
Yeah, I mean,
we're throwing
in
debt
the stock
around
world,
just to try to make dollars and cents work, right? Which I
in the
guess
stock world where it's just trading sideways. Like we are just moving in a straight line, which isn't good for anybody.
Yeah.
And that's what I mentioned this to you guys before, but like not everyone, a lot of countries are in so much debt to every other country, and it's just not going to be repaid. Like there's no way.
Everyone forgive everyone.
America is however many trillions, 20 plus trillions of dollars in debt to itself right now. It's not going to be repaid. I mean, who's kidding itself? Like eventually either it's going to keep going up, or someone's going to say, all right, let's just set that to zero, and then we're good to go.
Well, I mean, let's look at some of the countries that have, for instance, Sri Lanka, right? Sri Lanka basically defaulted and now is in complete, absolute chaos because their inflation has gone up.
Yeah.
So they basically have to declare bankruptcy because there's no way they can repay back any loans for them.
And the reason they have to do that is because they're just not, a powerful enough nation to say like, hey, we're not not in debt enough. Like we're like, they can't do that. America can be like, nah, we're good. We're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is weird. It is weird kind of like this. I guess they can, it can draw.
Which is why I say the economy is a lie, is because it's like America can't go bankrupt, because if it did, everything would fall apart. And the same can be said for China or any of the other major powers that are manufacturing powers, They just can't.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah.
People are
going to
do whatever it takes to make sure they're above, above board.
Yeah.
It's pretty terrifying.
I wonder if there could be
on the plus side of that is you can just invest in the American economy and be like, all right,
and you'll be
eventually
it's
got to go
okay.
up because eventually it'll be good. So
well, that's why I told you, like, my investing advice is like, as long as you believe that the world will not fall apart, then your money will continue to increase in stocks.
You got to preface this that you're not a financial advisor.
I'm not a financial advisor.
This is not advice,
this is probably not opinion. A good way to invest. But like, if the world does fall apart, then the money you put in doesn't matter anyway. So like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No,
the
worry there though is stagflation, where basically there's no growth in the economy. So, I mean, we are kind of putting that right. So remember that the economy a lot of it is done off demographics, because if you want a growing population, but across the world, populations are flattening right now.
They are going towards that
even
plateau.
The U.S., which is plateauing is about China is a big one. Obviously,
wait, China's flattening or plateauing now?
I think I
guess they would after their one. Did they relax the one-child rule?
They did.
I don't know when they did that.
But because they're basically, because of the one child, their population is going, and Europe has been essentially plateaued for years, same as Japan.
Well, Europe is a dead continent. I mean, like, there's not
dead continent.
Over that.
It's over, fellas.
Wow.
You can't exist that long and not have a problem.
Yep. I know. And even the U.S., I feel like, especially our generation, like the amount of kids we're having right now is just
I can't afford kids right now.
Exactly, right?
It's impossible.
I just don't want
with this economy.
In this economy, man.
Yeah. In this economy, kids in this economy, like
got $2 per kid, perfect double. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you had a kid, you would have to then pay for more McDoubles, and
they're already $2.
the McDoubles are double the price.
Yeah.
I like it. It's the McDouble theory of the
It's the
U.S.
McDouble
economy.
theory.
It's all dependent on how much
The
McDouble
economy
costs.
is just defined by the McDouble price. It's always.
It is, yeah.
When I said McDonald's is the barometer of the economy, I was not joking.
Yeah.
It's like
This
a
is
very
exactly-
good indicator.
This is Sean's financial advice. It is look at McDonald's
Yeah.
prices.
Sean, Sean.
You gotta find the meaning in the unmeaning.
No,
That doesn't make any sense.
it does make
Meaning within the
You
void.
find meaning in
Or
the
does it?
meaningless.
Yeah, it has been interesting to see what's been happening, and I use an app called TradingView to just keep
Monitor.
tabs on the market and such.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like, there's not much more that I can think of to say. Like if I look at the SPY here, right?
Yeah.
Which is the S&P 500 over the past 5 years, let's say. Now, so we went. This is actually a good. Can anybody do like percent changes easily?
My calculator's dead.
Yeah, right.
No, it seriously is.
So like in the biggest crash recently, like in the past couple of years, was the initial crash in February of 2019 or 2020 when COVID really went into effect in the US. The SPY went from $339 to $227, which is a massive jump for the SPY. The latest crashes that we have had, it was at 481. So in the span of COVID, and this is, I think, partially the pumping up of that has been happening.
Pumping, yes.
All the money being pumped in the economy.
Yeah, pumped in the economy. So we got up to 481.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. 481. 2.
Down to 361. So we are still at that low above the high before the crash for the initial COVID.
Yeah.
Now we're up from 359 to last Friday. It closed at 413.
Oh, really?
So when that's the thing, especially in the economy and stocks and all this stuff, is when you zoom out, everything seems to just not matter as much.
Yeah. I mean, especially for us, where we're just like on a long-term game. Like, we don't really care. Just put money in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a day trader.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the 2008 crash right now. I wish someone pull up a percentage calculator.
I have a
more
percentage
weight.
calculator up. I've been calculating these as you've been saying them. Go for it.
What's the crash from the 480
480
to 360?
to 360 is a percent change of a 25% decrease.
25% decrease. Okay. Now, what's the change? This is 2018.
Yeah.
Now, 2008, I should say. That is 133
133
to 69.
69. Oh, geez, that's pretty bad. That is a 48% decrease.
That's the 2008 crash as it happened.
Yeah, that's bad.
Now, we're already back above, technically, our low from our recent crash, from the 480 to the 360. So, if there's no dip again, then we should continue on. But that's the thing, is you'll always continue on and eventually have an upward trend.
Yeah, it just depends on
when
what
you
dips
look
happen.
back. I mean, even the numbers I just said for 2008. I mean, the high in 2008 was 130.
Oh, really? Okay.
And the high right now, I mean, we close at 411.
Yeah, it's
It's
much
been
different.
so high
It's much different.
above that for so long that it just feels like, obviously there's impacts and far-reaching impacts that these changes have, but it's always the case that when you zoom out enough, it just seems to not matter as much.
Well, yeah, it just goes up. I mean, for us, it would
My
just
worry-
mean getting like
Stocks
laid
goes
off.
up, you know?
Yeah, like we could get laid off or something if we have a big crash. But for financial, like 401k stuff, yeah, it's like just put money in. Keep putting money in.
Yeah, I think.
shovel
I mean, it
in.
really sucks for. Right. Yeah, but it sucks for retirees, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
That's where,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
that's
then
absolutely
they
true.
lose. They're going off
Tons.
of money that drops down a lot, right? Like,
Yeah.
Essentially, their total cash halves, and then it has to grow back up over that time, right?
Yeah.
The bummer is when like you see like a great example is my grandma, you know, like retirees. You know,
Yes,
they
yes.
have money, it's saved. And the bummer is when you lose time, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, right now we are at 413, 411 in terms of the spot. That is the same. If I go back in time, that brings us back to April of 2021.
Right. Yeah. So you lost a lot of time.
So you just lose that amount of time, you know, in terms of cash accrual or financial accrual, you know.
Well, I mean, is she?
We're way above when we were when the February, even the high from February when that crashed in
Right.
2020. But you still lose like a year or like, you know, 10 months.
Wouldn't she be in more like a more
and-
like
and-
safe fund though? She wouldn't be like kind of following the S&P like 500 directly, right? Wouldn't she be kind of like in these more diversified, low risk?
It really, yeah, I
Financial
guess it depends on what
spots.
she's doing, but everything's affected differently.
Yeah.
The SPY is definitely more tech affected.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So most companies in the S&P 500 are tech related,
Yeah.
and that's a very specific industry that may or may not be doing well. So it's different depending on if you're in the industry or the energy industry or the pharmaceuticals or any
Whatever
sort of
you're
industry.
following.
I mean, they all are hit differently depending on what happens.
Yeah. I know Carly's parents who are close to retirement are in like a medium risk, like investment portfolio. I don't know anything else other than that. But yeah, they're definitely affected. I mean, because they're all both like in their 60s and they're kind of like in the millionaire stage, right? They got all that money saved up, but you know, they lost like hundreds of thousands of dollars with these dips. Like we're talking like these 25% dips in the S&P 500 or whatever, or the SPY.
And it means a lot when you have all
Yeah.
of that invested.
If you're- yeah,
you know,
if
and
you're-
and you can't touch it. You know,
Yeah.
you may say like, oh, they have $1 million, but like they can't touch it.
yeah.
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 And if you're going to live on that for the rest of your life, I mean, you need to have as much as possible.
yeah.
Because
Yeah. So it's like,
100,000 will not last you the rest of your life.
yeah, for
You know,
sure.
if you're
So,
not making anything.
It's tough. Yeah. But we're lucky. We get to take advantage of this dip.
Yeah.
Buy the dip.
you know,
For me, the big thing is like the worry with like housing and stuff like that too, right? I mean,
housing's big.
Yeah.
I
Please
was hoping
crash.
that I can actually like crash so I can buy a
Please
house
crash.
or afford rent. Honestly, because like rent, like rent obviously changes with housing, right? But
Yeah.
so it's just like what the and rent prices are through
Yeah,
the
rent's-
fucking roof.
Super expensive for me. And I really hope that it crashes so that if I can renew, I can say, hey, lower the price
Yeah.
or I move
Or
to
I
somewhere
move.
else.
Yeah.
It's trying to,
Yeah.
That's the thing I'd worry about is like your complex would be like, well, you're paying this price. I'm not lowering the rent for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, can we just make it easier? I know the price that you're offering is lower for like others.
I know this isn't market rate guy.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
come on.
So hopefully they'd be willing to do that. I don't know though.
The bigger changes is crypto. Like,
I love crypto's been kind of, it went up a little bit from its initial crash.
well,
but-
if we're looking at Bitcoin, right, as just the standard, right now we're at 23,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the peak was, well, let's change this. The first big crash, okay, the peak was 64,000.
Yep. Yeah.
And that dipped down, the crash down to 28,000
Yep.
at its lowest.
Yep.
So
Then
halves.
it went even higher to just about 68,000.
Yeah. 69-ish. Yeah.
And then after that, crashed down to 32,000.
Yeah.
Right now, we're sitting at 23,000. So we are below both of those previous crashes.
Yep.
So really, it's taken us back to December of 2020.
Yeah, this is like,
Jeez, yeah.
it is literally December 2020. Yep.
It's a bummer, you know.
It's a bummer, but if you believe in the technology, I mean, you just keep buying, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you've
right.
lost. So if someone had invested before December 2020, you've now lost those 2 years of time.
Yeah.
But if you invested after that, you've now gone back in time technically because you're now below what you
Back in
invested
time travel.
Time travel, baby. Time travel.
Let's
Time travel.
go.
That's how
Only
you
for
do
my
it.
wallet. Time travel for my wallet.
Yeah. So it's definitely disheartening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
You know?
I don't know. I feel like it's all about like believing in the tech. Well, specifically with crypto. Like if you believe in the tech, you're probably going to be okay. I know it's not like
I just like the stock, you know.
I like give me
like
the
the
stock.
stock.
Where my
like
Shiba
the
Inu?
stock.
Where's my Shiba Inu? Yeah, no.
Yep, Doge
Dogecoin.
fell through the floor.
Doge-
what was
yeah.
the one that just completely died? Was it Luna or something like that? That just
Oh, that was
absolutely
like
died.
that was supposed to be like a
It
stable
fell
coin
from.
or
Yeah,
something like that, and it died. That was bad.
it was
That
not so stable.
It was not. It was bad.
Not so stable.
I don't know.
That's the new thing. Not so stable coins.
Yeah. No, I don't know the whole history, but I know people lost a lot of money because they held like that was like they were holding that to buy other cryptos in that, and then just crashed. And it's like I just lost all my money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and I have stocks that like was doing really well, and then now they're not.
They're not,
It's like,
yeah.
and I believe they will in the future, but it's just going to take us so much time to build it back up again.
It's stuck. You got that money stuck, kind of. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like, and I can't take it out, you know, because
Then you'll
I'll
realize
be
the
sitting at a
loss.
severe loss at that point.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm already like, because you don't lose or win, quote unquote, until you withdraw the money that you put in.
You're right.
Because then until then, it's all like, you know, in escrow, quote unquote,
Mhm. It's floating out
Until
there.
just floating out there. So, like, if I take it out, sure, I wouldn't have to put it on my taxes because I sold at a loss.
Yeah.
but
yeah.
I believe it'll eventually go back up.
So yeah, keep it.
But it's just so annoying when annoying, disheartening when you put it in and it's so much lower. You're like, oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah. It's just,
Yeah.
it's like just
I
nervous.
just have to wait. Like,
It's even like with 401k sometimes you get nervous. Like with crypto, I don't have a ton of money in the market. So I don't know. These big dips, it's like I'm willing to lose that money. That's fine, whatever. But
Yeah, and
with
it-
401ks,
like, even
when
with
you
crypto
got
too.
when you got five figures in there floating around and it's like going up by a lot and going down by a lot, and it's like we're young, so like it's still not the worst, but like geez, sometimes it's like ugh.
I mean, I have a
Gosh.
decent amount of money in crypto, like
Yeah.
of like my entire investment portfolio. Like, so it's a bummer when it happens.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Great.
Yeah. But that's the life
But
of
it's also something you can't worry too much about.
yeah. Believe in the heart of the cards.
Honestly, I feel like that's the
Honestly.
motto of the entire market.
Yeah.
I believe in the heart of the blockchain.
Yep.
The blockchain. Web 3.0. Give it to me.
Yeah,
Man.
it's weird. I don't know. I'm more worried about the stagflation kind of side of things, where it's like we start just hovering around this weird margin, and we're not like this continuous growth, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the U.S. is pretty prominent when it comes to growth because our growth mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
our thing. It's like,
We like
Yeah.
doing
oh,
that.
it's going up, going up,
get up.
bullish.
We gotta
Yeah,
get
hey.
bigger, man.
stocks.
Gotta get bigger. Yep, just like
But
our
that's
people.
not-
our people are
you
growth
know-
mindset too.
Yeah.
That's it's not sustainable forever, which
Yeah.
is why when things crash like this, it's like, well, yeah, it's gonna crash, it's gonna happen.
And honestly,
Because
I mean,
that's just-
the bubble has to crash because
Yeah, it's just
it
part
is.
of the
It's totally a bubble.
cycle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you a good a good indicator, honestly, is like a moving average, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
like I have a 30-day moving average, let's say. Let's see if I don't know how I can make it different, but the more you average it out, the more the crashes just look normal, right? So you can see like we'll have a line and it's going up by X% per year, you know? So when you have like these big dips, it doesn't look like it's as important when you have that kind of average that's moving up. because overall, by averaging the whole thing, it is increasing.
Yeah, it's still growing.
Yes.
But who knows how long that growth will be sustained? That's my biggest worry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking out right now. I'm looking at a chart of the S&P 500 from 1993 to today.
It's probably skyrocketed, like actually, right? Like it's a huge,
I can share my screen so you guys can see it.
Growth.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta imagine. Yeah.
Like in 1993, it was $44.
Yeah.
And we're at 411 now.
Yeah. So just wait like 30 years, you 10x your money.
Put that against inflation.
Yeah, it's true. Inflation. That's a good point
true.
too.
You have to put into inflation into that, but I mean, you can see when you have these massive drops, like from 2000 to 03.
Yeah, it's rough.
That must have sucked.
That would have sucked.
That was
hard.
a long time of just down.
Yeah, honestly, that 2000 to 2010 kind of sucked because you'd get up back to where you were in 2000 or 1999 or whatever, and then you just crash below that in 2003.
But since 2008, there's been so
ridiculous
much
growth
of an increase.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Oh, that you can see when COVID happened too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see
COVID
like that
right
just
there.
that sharp dip,
giant dagger,
and then immediately
And there's a
springs
similar
up
one right now.
at an amazing rate.
But then you look at it. But then you look at the whole thing, and you're like, wow. Well, I guess we'll be fine.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
just endure, and you'll be fine.
endure.
And these lines at the bottom, I don't know if this is for the viewer. There's the stock price, and then at the bottom there's a like a line that goes up from the bottom. It's just based on height. Each of those, that's the volume of trades within that time. So, right at 2008, there's probably the most trades per week, because each of these lines is a week that I have here. That was happening of the entire history of the S&P 500.
Are these? Is there? I also see little like hills of green and red. Are those like buys and sells?
That's when the market ended on a high or ended on a low.
Okay, I gotcha.
Of that week.
Gotcha.
So like this week right here, that's at I think the highest one I saw was 3.28 billion trades in October of 2008 in one of the weeks there. Like, that's just the most activity that's ever happened. The other most activity was in August 2011.
Interesting.
The biggest other spike.
Yeah.
For 2.8 billion trades in that week. And it just never touched it since,
Yeah, it hasn't actually. We might get another big one coming up here with this drop.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, this is also indicative of like more people are investing because there's more people in general.
Yep. More people
and
educated.
It's more accessible to people.
Yeah. More educated people in stocks doing their thing. Yeah.
I wonder when
all the Wall Street bets people just out there.
What'd you say?
Putting out SPY puts.
Yeah. It would have been good to do that in what is this? January?
Yeah. But we're all boomer investors. I'll just put it in our 401ks, just chilling.
Yeah, for the most part.
Not me.
I mean, I got crypto too, but my crypto is not sizable by any means. It will be eventually, but not today.
Crypto's, I think, accounts for about 30% of my
of your portfolio. Wow,
of my portfolio.
That is large.
Yeah, it counts for 0 of mine. So
yeah, I think it's like what 3% of mine. I wanted to get to like
3%.
I wanted to get to like 10%.
Yeah,
so
mine's definitely a lot bigger than that.
I'm between jobs, so I'm not investing in crypto right now. So
let's see what my current split is 62 equity, 23 in crypto.
Yo.
Jeez.
That's a lot of crypto, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not like, I feel like that'll work out. I feel like I do believe in crypto, so like it's a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think it'll go up eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, all this stuff again will go up eventually.
A lot of people are like,
as long as you don't believe that the world's going to fall apart.
Yeah.
Not a financial advisor.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's true. That's true. Are there any other like things though, like the McDouble that's just been annoying lately besides like gas and the McDouble? Groceries are more expensive now.
And rent.
Rent,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Just in fresh stuff. Like I noticed that a lot of fresh fruits were like, oh, I have to buy apples. Oh, they're like $7, $8. What the fuck?
Apples are $78. That's nuts.
For like a bundle
Exactly,
or
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Like a bag of apples. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's meat too. Meat has gone back down, but earlier this year especially. Oh my gosh. Like I was like, I don't want to buy some bacon. I want to buy a pound of bacon. Like
Buy
most
bacon.
American thing. I want to
Yeah.
eat
Come
some
on, bacon. Easy.
I need some bacon. And
10
it's like
cents.
$11 for a pound. And I'm like,
man.
what?
Like
That's
what?
Now it's
Boy.
like back down to like I think 7, but still,
That's good.
It's absurd.
Yeah. I was trying to buy like avocados and it was like $2 for an avocado per avocado. I'm like, wow.
Well, that-
You're
those
like,
are just
nah, I don't eat
avocados in
avocados
general.
today.
But I love avocado. There should be $1 per avocado. Come on.
Dude,
Not
that's why all my meals include rice. You know,
Rice.
you know how
Yeah,
cheap
exactly,
rice is.
gosh, rice is so cheap. Rice will never be too pricey. Knock on
If
wood.
it does, we're all gonna starve.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if rice gets super expensive, everyone in the world starves. So
Yeah.
Probably actually, the majority of people.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean like
Let's
billions
see,
of people depend on rice.
yeah. Just India and China alone account for what, a third
Yeah, basically. Wild.
of the 8 billion. Yeah. So
I don't know if anything else though. Honestly, it's like irking me, like with the prices, like groceries. Yeah, like I used to have a $90 grocery bill. Now it's like $130. I bought my PC.
My groceries haven't been too bad. Really, the major pain point's been gas and rent.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's
no gas.
I've not
gas
noticed
is back down
everything's
for
too
me,
much.
which I'm glad.
Like eggs are more expensive, by like 20
Oh yeah,
cents.
that's right. Eggs are like $4. What the fuck?
Really?
$4. Where are you shopping at?
Yeah, you getting
It's a lot
organic
for
eggs? I don't like
World?
those organic eggs.
Dude, go to Costco and you'll pay like $1.20 for like
For
40 eggs.
Yeah, they should
Yeah,
be.
for 40.
They should be
Sounds
like
about right, yeah.
80 cents for a dozen at the regular Kroger or whatever.
I pay about like $1.20 for a dozen,
Yeah, okay.
give or take. And when normally, in my mind, normally they would be about like 80 cents.
Yeah.
For a dozen.
Yeah. Yep. That's true.
Unless you're
Sounds
getting
about
those premium organic eggs.
yeah,
and
then
it's
like
all-
cage-free eggs.
Cruelty-free,
Nah,
Yeah,
would
fam.
definitely
vegan eggs. I don't know.
vegan eggs. I need to run to the bathroom.
right.
And potentially get another beer.
Okay.
I think we can.
We
finish
can
it pretty
we
soon.
can wrap up pretty soon after this break. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're
Yeah,
winding
and we can
down,
play some
but
games. Let's game it out.
I don't know if Colton's down for it or not.
Can you do it, please?
I can't right away at least. I have to make dinner. So I have to be at least off
Yeah.
for an hour or so.
You have to make dinner.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
That's fair.
maybe late. I don't
I'll
know.
be-
Like I was gonna be. I wanted to be like.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I don't know. We wanted to make a nice dinner, so I was like, maybe we'll be out till like 9:30. But maybe I can jump in on then if you guys still want to. I was thinking we could do games at like tomorrow if you wanted to as well. I don't know if you guys are busy,
Can do
but that'd be better for me.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm sorry. I know games sound good because like we're all a little tipsy and that it does sound fun, but yeah.
Yeah, it's Sunday, you know?
Yeah.
This is what you do. How is the trip, though? How's it coming along?
Trip
The
to
move
Oh,
stuff.
it's
Everything.
go-
Are you getting everything packed up? And
Yeah, like we have. Well, the packing is going to be not this week, but next week, so that'll be a thing. Mm-hmm. Everything's being set except I was telling Sean about this. Our cars, we are shipping our cars because that's also free. The only bitch about that is it's like a 2-week delivery window, and that's the best they can do. So we got to like figure how we're going to deal with that.
I would. That's hard.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know.
It's almost worth it just to drive one car, fly back.
I was
and then-
considering that. I just don't want to put the miles on my car. I mean, but like
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, well, now I get the convenience. I don't know.
Fucking 2-week delivery window. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
it's
you.
fucking
That's
shit.
like ridiculous.
Yeah, it sucks. So I'm like, I might ship it like on the earlier end of that window, and they might be able to store it for like a fee. But I don't know, is the fee going to be like $60 a day? I could be there for like 10 days, you know? Could be there before I get there, which is like a lot of money. So
It is, yeah.
we'll see. Yeah.
Do you have to get plates too?
I will
or-
eventually. Eventually. I'll have to get my license and plates. So,
Cool.
yeah. Gamers.
I'm back.
Cool.
Cool.
Any more economy jargon to throw around here? Or are there any last thoughts? You got any last topics you guys want to talk about?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean,
What do you guys think about work? Like about
Work?
Like-
that's a loaded question.
yeah.
so I have to go in tomorrow at really early.
I think you should quit.
for me. 6 thanks. In this economy I
This
can't afford
economy,
that.
yeah, sure.
But I have to go in like 6:30 tomorrow. And I normally get in at
Okay.
8, right? So it's an hour and a half.
Oh, it's going
earlier.
early. Okay.
Do you get comp time?
No.
Ah,
So
bullshit.
well, I don't think so. Now,
Yeah, you
'cause
should get comp time.
I'm salaried, right?
Yes.
So my thinking is I'm just going to leave early, right? That's normal.
I would
right?
think
Yeah.
that would be fine. That should be fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I also think it's going to be an issue. I'm just kind of curious. I don't know if you guys have been in that situation.
Yeah. For me,
Oh.
it's
like,
either you leave early or you do comp time. Primarily for me, it's leave early unless I can get really nice, good comp time.
Yeah.
Like I had to do something similar for a couple days, and my boss was like, "All right, you have to come in like 2 hours early or something like that. I'll give you a half a day or whatever." So it's like time and a
Yeah.
half or something like
I
that.
feel like
So-
now,
everyone
because Colton, you had to work like weekends one time.
Yeah,
you were salaried, right?
But I got compensated for it. They broke down. My company was
okay.
amazing because they would break down your salary into an hourly wage, and then if you worked we logged all our hours into a timesheet system, and any hours you worked over 40, they paid, which is like rare. You usually don't get that.
So were
Yeah.
you hourly or were you salaried?
I was salaried.
Salaried?
So I was salaried, but they paid me an hourly rate for every hour I worked over 40 a week.
What if you worked less than 40?
So that just didn't happen. You had to put like PTO down for that. I had to stay at the office. Like if I ran out of stuff to do, it's like, well, it doesn't usually happen, but like figure something out to do. You right? It's like,
Well,
do
because
something.
like I don't leave like early. Like I'll leave like 10 minutes early. Sometimes.
yeah. In that
So it's not too bad.
in that
but-
situation, I
but-
just like if I worked 50 minutes, whatever on that project, I'd round that to an hour for sure.
yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
'Cause that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go in at 6:30, or I'm going to be in at 6:30. That's gonna suck. So that means I have to wake up at 5.
Yeah, you got to do your whole like time, like sleep time thing. So you have to go to bed earlier, right? Like a lot
No,
earlier.
I probably just I'm gonna feel terrible that day.
Okay, sure.
Sounds about right.
There's no fixing that.
Yeah.
coffee.
Also, hey,
coffee's for man.
about the time thing, I realized I was doing it wrong.
Really? How does that work?
So for a whole week, right? I was like, guys, did I talk about this on the podcast or not? I don't think I did.
You talked about a website to tell you when to go to sleep and when to wake up. I know when we were
yeah,
like,
so I use this website, Sleepy Time,
Yeah.
to go to sleep, tell me to go to sleep. It's like I plug in when I want to wake up, and it tells me when to go to sleep.
yeah.
Now, I plugged in my time that I want to wake up, and then it told me, hey, you can go to bed at 11:15
Yeah.
or like 11:30, 45, I think
Right.
it was, for 7.5 hours of sleep. And I thought, wow, that's really good. I can get all the sleep I need, because I was getting previously 9 hours of sleep, so I thought.
So
And that was fine. But then after like a week of doing this, I was like, man, I'm pretty tired. Like overall.
yeah.
And I know it does take you usually like a week or two to adjust to a sleep schedule, but I still felt tired. I redid the calculation. I realized that I plugged in 7:15 as the time I want to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
When really I want to wake up at 6:15.
Okay.
So
You're
you totally messed it up. So I was like, 11:40. So really, I should be going to bed at 10:30.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
11:30.
Okay. So you're like you're waking up during a bad part of your sleep cycle.
I was waking like in the middle of a sleep cycle
Yeah.
like, for
Yeah.
a week
To be honest,
and feeling
Nice.
terrible and being like, wow, I just have to go through it. I
Yeah.
guess.
To be honest, a lot of people probably like everyone should be doing what you're doing. I sure don't. I kind of I want to. I want to do this like sleep cycle thing because I feel like actually paying attention to your sleep cycles helps a lot. And like I don't know, you kind of just did a test on
It does for
yourself
me,
just
at
to like
least.
you know what it's like to wake up in that sleep cycle.
Yeah.
Because even though you're getting like I don't know 7 or 8 hours, if you wake up at the wrong time, it still doesn't feel very good. It seems like.
So if I go to sleep at 7, like, so I get in bed at 7:15, which means I'm probably asleep. I get in bed by 10:15.
Yeah.
Which means I'm probably asleep by 10:30.
Yep.
And then that gets me 7.5 hours of sleep by waking up at 6:15.
6:15. Yeah. Early riser. 6:15.
Give or take. I cannot like get out of bed and go to work. It's impossible for me. I need at least like an hour and a half to become
really?
a person.
An hour and a
I feel
half.
that, yeah.
I mean,
well, because I get at 7:15 and I leave for work, or no, 6:15. I get up, and then I have to leave for work at 7:30.
yeah,
So that's an hour and 15 minutes.
right.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I think.
Yeah. That's how long like my morning takes.
I guess that makes sense because like when I was working at my company, I got up. It took me about 30 minutes to get ready for work because I'd showered the night before, but then it was a 45-minute commute. So I kind of was like waking up on my way out there.
Dude. Okay, that's ridiculous.
Okay, yes.
That's why I don't do long
Anymore,
commutes.
a
'Cause you get to
45
so much earlier.
A 45-minute commute is absurd.
It is absurd. I'm so excited to do like my next job is going to be like partially work from home, partially 30-minute commute to the office. 30 minutes to me
Way better.
is way better.
That's even. Yeah,
I know
even
it's like
still, that's
still a
like
little
30
long,
minutes.
but if as you know, I would do an hour commute if I got to work from home.
What?
If I got to work from home half the time, I would definitely do an hour commute.
Nah, even still.
But either way, 30 minutes
Hour's
is way
too
better
long.
than what I have had previously. So I'm excited for that.
That's true.
Yeah.
At least it's something.
It's something, right?
And I feel like after 30, it gets exponentially worse.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in
Oh,
terms
yeah.
of time. Because a 30-minute
Yeah.
commute, that means an hour of your day is spent
It's
wasted, pretty much. But at 45 minutes, that means you're at like an hour and 20 to 30. I don't know how math works.
Hour
An
and a
hour
half.
and 20 or 30.
Yeah.
That's wasted.
Yeah, it's like
That's
it
way
sucks,
worse.
and it's like it's a lot of time wasted. Absolutely, it's
Mm-hmm.
just the worst. I didn't mind it at first. Really minded it towards the end of that job. I was like, man, this sucks so much. I like get my
Mm-hmm.
podcasts in, but you know, honestly, life's not about getting your podcasts in. There's so much more I
No,
can
it's
do.
about
Like,
living life.
yeah. So I'm yeah.
With
I'm
that
done
the
with
case,
that.
though, please listen to Almost a Podcast.
Yeah, yeah. If you do have your 30
Hey,
minute
if you are on
commute,
your commute right now, we
we
appreciate,
appreciate it. Yeah, but you don't need.
I'm sorry you're commuting.
Yeah. I had like 6 hours a week or something like that. More than that, I had like 7 hours to 8 hours a week of podcast time, and I just don't need that much time for podcasts. That's just too much time.
Yeah.
So
When you're working 40 hours a week and 7 more hours of
yeah,
commuting,
that's a huge thing. Sucks.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
a once a
do
week
the,
podcast anyway,
percentage.
so it's like, try to get down to it's
Yeah,
like
right.
what, each episode's an hour and a half, so get that commute time down to an hour and a half.
Yeah, and then
Total.
just watch our podcast. Yeah. Thanks, guys and girls. We were talking about how before this, we were like, oh, we should wrap this up. I think we were all like thinking about
Yeah,
how to
right?
wrap
And we
this
go on
up
for
like
another
at that
15
same
minutes.
time.
Yeah. But
dude,
with that
this beer
said,
is really good, by the way. I'm just saying.
yeah. All right.
I'm
With
gonna
that
shout out
said,
really quick.
this has been
is
Almost a Podcast.
Four Peaks Brewing Company. Keep doing the outro while I'm doing this.
Okay.
Chris,
This has been Almost a Podcast.
Peach.
Your host Mike. Please like, follow, subscribe. Do all that fun stuff. We've been posting some more content recently, just side stuff like shorts and all that fun stuff.
It's a
just
big announcement, fellas. Yeah, we're on TikTok.
Big
Zoomer humor.
Oh God.
Almost
Don't
a
even
podcast.
that
say
could be its own discussion, but I hate TikTok, by the way.
You can't say that and make it TikTok. Okay, I don't like TikTok either.
Oh, you
but
can definitely say I hate TikTok and still make TikToks.
no,
Yes.
we want them to go watch our TikToks.
It's a
not
separate
just-
algorithm here. We're okay.
Yeah, but honestly, you guys might have had fun with it. I haven't really touched it, but I know you guys have been working on some of
Yeah.
them and just like throwing stuff together.
It's my first time with.
They've been fun.
Yeah, first time using video like editing software. It was like all pain to learn, but it's getting fun. It was a learning experience. But go watch our TikToks and our YouTube shorts. We would really
Yeah,
appreciate
check out our
it.
YouTube short, our new shorts, either on TikTok or YouTube. That's
Yeah.
it was honestly Colton did an amazing job making that. It was
you.
really.
Yes.
I think I laugh every time I see it. Honestly,
Yep.
I thank you, fellas.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
I've probably seen it 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go and support that if you like it, and if you're coming from those shorts and TikToks, and we really appreciate it. We love the new engagement. So yeah, comment on those shorts. We just posted one on like oven or pan fried steak. It's a callback to like months ago. So we've enjoyed reading your
like
comments
episode 6
on
or
that.
something like that.
Yeah,
And we
I
had
think, right?
Yeah.
It's absurd argument.
Yeah.
This
So-
is episode 41, by the way.
This is episode 41.
wow.
Yes. So I'm still on the whole pan
Pretty
fried
cool.
and sear on the oven steak. Fight me. Seems like people in the comments seem to disagree with me, which is wrong. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, someone's
But
I think it's about like a
democracy,
30,
man.
70
Democracy.
split.
Let democracy decide.
yeah. But yeah. Appreciate
All
you
right.
guys. Thank
This has
you
been
so
Almost
much.
Podcast. One day we'll get there.
When did we get there, fellas?
He
Look
said
up for
it.
more
He
content.
said it, guys.
Simpsons meme. Woo!
Simpsons.
You want to talk about?
Say hello.